Hello, 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 my lovely little nightmares. Okay, I took a moment, cleared my mind, calmed down a little. I'm gonna stop ranting about Genshin, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not exactly sorry. I really love talking about characters and analyzing them and just going over the most batshit crazy backstories that some characters just end up having in media. Because it's just insane. But like, y'all aren't here for the Genshin. Y'all are here to watch me fail at life of the stupid mod pack. Y'all aren't here for the Genshin lore. Y'all are here for the Minecraft. And I'm aware of this. I mean, y'all are technically here just to listen to me ramble about whatever, while I just keep saying that I totally know what I'm doing, but also that I'm an idiot because I rarely know what I'm doing. Just the complete confidence of, I know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do this. I know what I'm doing. Where am I? I know what I'm doing. I'm a genius. I'm an idiot. I'm a genius. I'm an idiot. You know, it's a very, very fine balance of stupidity and actually understanding what's going on. I should just start a series where I just live stream myself playing normal games and just go off on tangents about my favorite characters from different games. That would be fun. I'd love to go over my analysis of certain Death Note characters and Danganronpa characters and my theories and stuff. But alas, I don't have very good art skills, and I feel like it would be better to actually, have art skills and draw out things for such a series, instead of just pulling up scenes from an anime and trying to figure out how to edit it into a video, because I don't know how to video edit, and I'm not planning on learning, ever. And I cannot afford an editor. I'm not gonna get an editor. I'm not even gonna consider getting an editor because I have no money. I know that I joke about it often, but I actually don't have any money at all right now. Because, I think I spent my last couple of dollars on McDonald's or something some time ago. And so I'm just living my best life. Broke. Without a care in the world. Because why would I? Why would I care about anything other than the lore of certain characters from different media? I mean, if y'all would like me to just ramble about my favorite video games, anime, and such characters, and my analysis of them, and my theories of them while I play Minecraft, you could let me know in the comments, and I could start doing so more actively. Just saying, hint hint, nudge nudge, pretty please. I would love to talk about my theory about Kokichi and whether or not Tsumugi was supposed to be the mastermind, because it just feels wrong that she is in every aspect of the word. Hint hint, nudge nudge, just saying. I could go on a rant about it if y'all wanted me to. Hint hint, nudge nudge. My leggy is itchy. Why is it taking so much liquid starlight for, you know what? It seems to always take more liquid starlight at night than it does during the day. It's so weird. I will never understand that. But whatever. Okay, anyways. I need to get that good, what's it called? Give me these. I'm gonna just steal these real quickly. I can't believe that instead of having the nocturne powder be used to make the gunpowder, It's literally freaking redstone. That is so frustrating. What the heck? That is so frustrating. Now you might be wondering, hey, Senpai, why aren't you using all of these light wells? I almost called them crucibles because they kind of are. Why aren't you using all of these light wells to make a bunch of liquid starlight? Well, first of all, once I fill up the chest, they just keep going. And that's kind of frustrating. And for another thing, I want them to be empty by the end. And so I just keep putting more of these little sharpened radiant quartz in the ones that still have liquid in them. Because I want them to be empty by the end so that it looks aesthetically pleasing. But no, they keep having liquid still in them. And that is frustrating. Look at this. Look at these. They don't look right if they just have liquid in them randomly. They don't feel right to me. It just don't look right. The aesthetic is all off. Like, I could deal with it. I could live with it. I'm just trying to see if I can actually get all of them to do the thing and for this to be filled completely without having to do it over and over and over again. But I'm now having to pull the buckets out of this chest because I'm running out of starlight trying to do this thing. But a little bit tangent, just a small tangent of Genshin, because why not? So, I have, like, certain Genshin teams, right? And so, like, I'm trying to set up a more funky, wild version of the Dendro team, because I have a Dendro team. It's got, is her name Kasara? No, it's not Kasara. It's got the cat delivery girl. Or sometimes Kava. Usually it's Nahida, because I like the Catalyst characters. They're easier to use for that type of thing. Anyways, it's got that. Sometimes it has Farina, sometimes it's Mona. It's got Yanfi, usually. And it's got the Ren Shogun. Or Lisa. And like, you know, if I use Nahida, then, like I said, I can dodge under enemies' attacks. But at the same time, Cat Girl turning into a little cat in a box is adorable. Kiara! Her name is Kiara. And I love her so much. When she's in her cat box form, she can run up a wall. And that is just so neat. And I learned that by accident during one of the Genshin events. It was the storybook event. Because I did not know that prior. Because, like, I'm sure that she was always able to do it. But I don't read the descriptions for the characters' abilities usually. Because I don't quite understand what I'm reading when I try. Other than that some characters have better gliding speed, some of them have better running speed during certain times of the day, and some of them are really good for hunting or something. Other than that, I cannot comprehend a single thing that they say. Because, like, Farina's thing doesn't actually mention, I don't think, that she can walk on water if you use her ability. I don't think it does. But she can. That is a thing. It's a well-known thing, actually. It's, like, not really mentioned in her skill sheet. I'm still sleepy. So it's just, like, this whole thing of, like, I had no idea that Kasara could do that. Kasara's great. But along with that, I have the Archon team, because I have every single one of the Archons that have come out so far, except for Venti. Because I started the game a little bit late, and I have never seen a Venti banner except for once, so I don't have Venti. But I have Zhongli, I have the Raiden Shogun, I have Nahida. Why is this not running? I have Farina. And I forget how to pronounce her name, but she's the Pyro Archon lady. She's got a motorcycle. I don't think I even meant to get her. I think I was debating between her and another character during the banners. And so I was just rolling on both of them, trying and hoping that I could get something cool. And I ended up getting her. Which I was like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I don't mind that, I guess. I still want Auron, though. He's a funky guy. He's a silly goober. But yeah, I've got like different teams that have themes to them. Some of the teams are based around defeating the world bosses effectively as quickly as possible. And then sometimes I just try and set up a team that has some of my favorite ships. You know? I've got a Tall Boys team, which has a Zhongli on it, along with, I think Diluc and Kaya sometimes. I have Nevilete on my side account, but not on my main account, and that is sad, because I'd love to have a team that has Nevilete and Farina in it together, because I just think that'd be cute, you know? They've got such a dynamic. You know? They're silly goobers. They're silly, silly goobers. They've been friends for 500 years. Nevilete deeply cares about her. She cares about him, but she thinks that he hates her. Because she loves jumping to conclusions and being dramatic. And it's just great. And then there's, I'm trying to remember some of the teams that I have. Whatever. I have, so my main team currently is, Kazuha, the Raiden Shogun, Zhongli, and Farina. My original main team when I first started playing Genshin was the Traveler. So it's the Traveler, whatever character I could fit at that time, it was usually Envy, Zhongli, and Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi's the tiny little zombie girl. And so Chi-Chi was the healer, Zhongli was the shield. I always played the Traveler with the Amina element because for the life of me, I cannot figure out how to use Geo Traveler. Cannot. I'm bad at it, okay? And I will never learn because it is too difficult. I'm trying to learn some of the other ones, but the Geo Traveler one is just too hard, cannot do it, just cannot. I refuse to deal with my own incompetence of that one. I've been trying to figure out the Electro one. I've been a little bit okay with the Dendro Traveler. The Hydro Traveler is alright, I guess. They blow bubbles out of their fingertips, which is a choice, I guess. That is a choice. Not one I would have made, but it's a choice. And then I have no idea how the heck the Pyro Traveler functions. I really don't even know what the Pyro Traveler even does. I really don't. So I'm confused on that regard, because I don't think it really does anything. But I'm gonna still try and level them up to the same level as all the other versions of the Traveler, because it's important to me. Which is level 8. I'm trying to get all of my Genshin characters to level 8 in all of their skills. I could go higher, but I want them all to be level 8. It's not really a reason behind it. I just want it that way. But yeah. Yeah, my main, cause my style of doing teams in Genshin is I get a healer, I get a shield, I get some sort of character that can do a lot of damage to a lot of characters at the same time, and then some sort of elemental reaction to go with that. And so then if you combine Furina's little opera whatever friends, the Ren Shogun's electro whatever thing that keeps functioning even whenever a different character is attacking, Zhongli's shield, and then Kazuha doing his elemental thingy to draw everyone together, then it's great. It's a great setup, you know? It's a great setup. It's el perfecto. Look, we got gunpowder. We got 2 stacks of gunpowder. We did it. Yay. But yeah. So, there's that. It's like, I have different teams. They're all vastly unique. Like, sometimes I try and have a complete team of just one elemental type. Sometimes I set up a team that is for harvesting regional specialties and ore. Because there's one character that can show where ore is on the minimap. And so I put her into a party with regional specialties and a character with fire claymore. Because why not? So yawning. So then I can both collect a bunch of regional specialties and also ore as I go along. You gotta love how words are hard, you know? But yeah, so there's that. Until today, my brain has just been overflowing with my own AUs and thoughts about Death Note and nothing else for the past couple of weeks. Practically the entire month of February, actually. Just nothing but Death Note in my brain. And I'm over here I have a D&D campaign I'm supposed to be running. I should be working on that. But your favorite Death Note character. Yeah, but the campaign. Your favorite Death Note character. Yeah, my favorite Death Note character. That's a good point. I hyperfixate on my special interests. And when I do, all I can think about is those special interests. For the longest time, the special interest was Undertale. But it's faded now. Now it's Death Note. And just how dang stupid Death Note can be sometimes, okay? Misa got downgraded so very quickly, okay? She has good plans in the series. She has good plans sometimes. But then they just retconned her amazing plan for how she was going to try and get Kira's attention without getting caught. So she had her friend make the envelope. She had her friend put the videos in the envelope. She had her friend mail the envelope. And yet somehow, Misa's hair was in the envelope, so that made her a suspect. That should not happen. That does not make sense. Because Misa had her friend assemble the entire freaking thing. So it makes no sense that Misa's hair or fingerprints were on it. Her whole entire thing was that she was going to frame her friend if anyone actually checked the thing, because her friend's fingertips and DNA would be on the envelope and the tape and whatever. Not Misa's. And yet somehow one of Misa's hairs was on the thing. That's not how that works. That does not make sense. Misa comes up with really good plans if you give her a chance to. But then, because they don't think that women can be smart, they just retcon any of her good plans or make her go back to the status quo of being LOL dumb girl. And it's so frustrating. Because, yes, Misa's a little ditzy. I'm well aware of that fact. But ditzy people can be smart too, you know. Do you know how many eccentric, ditzy, genius scientists there are in media? There's so freaking many, okay? They wake up with a sticky note on their face, their hair disheveled, them having no idea if they ate in the last month at all. But they're so freaking smart at the same time, but they don't know how to use a copier. To be fair, I also don't really know how to use a copier. But, like, it's just like, Misa is smart sometimes. Let her have her smart moments without taking it away from her. It's so frustrating. Like, they want Light and Elle to be the smartest people in the world. And it's so frustrating. I feel so bad for Misa. Misa deserves better. Not only does Misa deserve to not be with Light, who's a prick, she deserves to be given a spotlight for her own genius plans that she comes up with. It's just so sad. Like, I don't know which is funnier, the fact that they retconned Misa's brilliant plan because they needed Misa to still be a suspect and get somewhat caught. And also Matsuda's brilliant plan of sneaking into the Yotsuba group building and listening in on their meeting, getting caught, and then aggressively trying to promote Misa to avoid dying. I don't know which is funnier. How much they hate on Matsuda and play Matsuda off as being an idiot just so very much. Or how much they play off Misa as being an idiot. Like, okay, Matsuda is new to the job, okay? He has just started working right before the Kira case. And so he's very unaware of what's going on half the time. He's very idealistic. And that's okay, you know? He's the youngest in the group. Other than Light's a prick. I'm never gonna let that go, okay? But, like, Matsuda is new to the job. He's very much just joined the force. And it's very clear that he's just joined the force. And yet, he was allowed to go to the world meeting thing about what the heck is going on with Kira. Because I don't even know why, but he was allowed to. And so then he joined the task force to try and catch Kira. And he's trying his best. But every single time that he does anything ever, everyone's always just on him like, shut up, Matsuda. You're so stupid, Matsuda. Blah, 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 Matsuda. And it's like, why? Why you hate on the boy? He's new to the job. Give him a break. Give the poor boy a break. He has done nothing wrong. He deserves our love and attention so very much. Give him a chance. Give him a chance, man. Give him a chance. I feel so bad for him. Like, okay, he's supposed to be the comic relief character. I get that. But I feel so bad for him. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for Misa. I feel bad for a lot of characters. I do not feel bad for Light. Light was a prick. Light was a terrible person before he even got the Death Note. Let's be real here. His introduction is literally him staring out a window and thinking about how some people in society don't deserve to live and how rotten the world is. It's like, okay, sure. Light with amnesia was a slightly better person than Light before the Death Note. Because Light with amnesia hates the idea of manipulating a woman's feelings for him. Light before the Death Note just flat out did not give a crap about anyone, okay? He knew that he was smarter than everyone else. And he was proud about that fact. Like, it did not take long for Light to go down the deep end, okay? It took him killing 2 people before he decided, I'm gonna become a god. That is insane. That is crazy. And then along with that, he wrote down like 12 pages worth of Death Note in the span of like the time it took for Ryuk to show up. Like, Ryuk waited until the very last day requirement to show up. And it's just like, Why? Why is Light this way? Like, Light made a bomb in his desk. I want you to think about this, okay? He built a false bottom for his top drawer so he could hide the death note under it and set up a bomb. And his brilliant plan to explain that away, if anyone tried to break into that part of the desk to see what he hid, and if they ever figured out there was a false bottom, was that he put a bomb in his desk to protect his diary. Light Yagami was fully intending to claim, oh yeah, I blew up my whole entire room of our house with a massive explosion because I didn't want anyone reading my diary. Light Yagami's brilliant plan for that was, oh yeah, I was hiding my diary. I cannot. I just can't with the stupidity of it all. Like, that is Light's brilliant plan to hide the death note for the longest time. Light even at one point considered wearing a corset to just keep the death note on his person inside of a corset. But Misa's plan to send a video to a news station and have her friend do all the work of putting the tape in the envelope, mailing it, and everything else was a bad plan because it got Misa caught very quickly. Misa had her friend put a videotape in an envelope, seal the envelope, and mail it for her. And yet, Light's bomb in a desk plan was supposed to be better than that? Like, okay, sure, maybe, but at the same time, a bomb in a desk is a very insane thing to do, and it's even more wild to say, oh yeah, I set that up to protect my diary. If I ever do something that absolute unhinged, I want you to take me to a therapist or something and figure out what the hell is wrong with me, because that is just ridiculous. And he didn't even keep it for very long. He kept it for like a couple of weeks, and then he had to disassemble it because because he realized that if someone started like spying on him or anything, then that would be really bad, and also it could easily kill his family. Like, he did not consider that before. But also, early on into him having the death note, he even considered, if my family got in the way or found out that I was Kira, would I kill them? Yes! Like Yagami, everybody! Down for offing his own family, if it means that he can continue to act like a god. I don't know what to say to that. I just don't even know what to think when I process this information. Yagami is insane. I can't even with him. I just can't. I can't even say that I love him because I really, really don't. I really don't. I just can't even excuse his behavior. I love Misa. Misa deserves better. Misa deserves better. Light, on the other hand, Light is a narcissist. And is just the worst. Like, okay, no. Think about it. Elle was nicer to Misa when Elle and Light were chained together than Light was. Like, Misa went to Elle complaining about how she wanted to go on dates with Light, and Elle was like, yeah, sure, we can arrange that, but I have to be there because I'm chained to Light and he's still a suspect. And Misa begrudgingly agreed, and so, they went on dates. But the very second that Light and Elle were not chained together, And before Light got the death note again, he did not go on another single date with that girl after he was no longer chained to L. Like, L went out of his way to make sure that Misa could go on dates with Light. L went out of his way to make sure that Misa could still do her job. L went out of his way to support Misa's relationship with Light, even though he still thought that both of them were Kira. What did Light do for Misa? What did Light do for Misa? Light manipulated her, got her to do the ideal a second time, and got engaged to her after Elle's death, never married her, cheated on her with a news reporter. I mean, yes, Elle tortured Misa, but that's because he thought she was Kira. And after that, once she was like somewhat ruled out of suspicion, he let her come into the headquarters whenever she wanted. He let her just complain about everything at him, and would go out of his way to try to appease her and what she wanted. And yet here we are with this thing of, oh yeah, Elle is such a terrible person to Misa. Oh yeah, Light is such a great boyfriend. Light is the worst boyfriend you could ever have. You cannot excuse his behavior. He cheated on his girlfriend. You cannot look me in the eyes and tell me that that is okay. You cannot tell me that Light doing that to poor Misa is okay. I refuse to believe that. I cannot even fathom the idea of someone actually believing that Light is a good boyfriend. So many people so strongly defend Light as a good boyfriend to Misa, and I'm over here like, did we watch the same series? Are you sure? Because my recollection is vastly different than yours, clearly. My recollection is that Light was an a-hole. Like, yes, he did not want to use Misa's affections for him when he had amnesia. He was planning to murder her right off the bat after meeting her when he had the death note. But because Rem said, if you kill Misa, I kill you, he was like, welp, that plan goes out the window. Like, he at one point was thinking to himself, while interacting with Misa, this is the first time I've ever wanted to hit a woman. Light Yagami wanted to hit Misa, and you're telling me that he's a good boyfriend. No, he is not. He's the worst boyfriend ever. He's terrible. Terrible boyfriend. Not at all good boyfriend material. Cannot believe that anyone would think that. I want whoever claims that Light Yagami is a good boyfriend to Misa to actually take a moment and consider. Just take a moment and consider. Would you be happy in a relationship where your boyfriend cheats on you with a news reporter? Not even boyfriend. Your fiancé cheats on you with a news reporter, never makes time for you unless the weird freaking lanky dude goes out of his way to set up dates for the two of you. The weird lanky guy that you think is kind of a pervert goes out of his way to set up dates for you and your boyfriend. And yet, would you be happy in that kind of a relationship? I would not. I would not. If I was Misa, I would have broken up with Light earlier. If I was Misa, I would have, maybe considered the idea that Kira was not the one who saved me from the stalker. But at the same time, Misa has a lot of issues, Misa's family was murdered by someone. And it took 10 years before he got prosecuted. I think in the live action movie, it was stated that it was in one version of the series. I can't remember the exact one. But it was said that it was taking so long for the guy to be prosecuted that the public opinion was starting to shift that Misa herself had murdered her parents when she was 7. I want you to think about that fact. That is insane. And so, Misa was somewhat supportive of Kira because he killed the guy who murdered her parents. But then she was even more supportive of Kira when Jealous saved her from her stalker. Did she realize that it wasn't Kira? No. But I mean, Rem could have told her at any time, and instead Rem waited the longest time possible before telling Misa a hypothetical story about what happened. And Misa, being Misa, did not quite piece it together. You know? Just saying. Like, Rem could have just flat out told her right from the start, but she did not. So I kind of blame Rem a little bit for Misa's terrible relationship with Light, because if Rem had just flat out told Misa, Kira did not save you, it was someone else, earlier, I don't think Misa would have been so much on the bandwagon of trying to date Kira. Like, seriously? I feel so bad for Misa. I feel bad for Misa. I really do. It's like, yeah, sure, she absolutely killed people. She's not a good person. But at the same time, she has serious trauma and was trying to find someone that would love her. She's trying to find someone that would love her. I feel bad for her. We are way over the time limit. I keep forgetting that time is a thing. Okay, bye-bye. See you next time. Maybe next time I'll rant about a different character. Or I'll rant about the Netflix Death Note movie. Who knows? Bye-bye. Goodbye. I'll continue working on stuff off screen, maybe. Bye-bye.